Affirmations flat out do not work, and they are a waste of your time. Yes, I'm exposing the secret today. Welcome to Sell Secrets Exposed. I'm your host, Mark Weisenburger, and today I'm going to share with you why affirmations do not work and what your alternative is so that you can achieve the success that you desire. If this is the first time you've been to this channel, go ahead and subscribe down below and ring that bell so you do not miss a single episode. Affirmations are a waste of time and flat out do not work. At a conscious level, you may repeat affirmations, but if your subconscious programming is one of lack, defeat, or insecurity, you're bound to repeat the same failed patterns. Do you know anyone that repeats the same failed patterns? Maybe you see them every morning and every night when you look in the mirror. I want you to know it's not your fault. Now, if you repeat affirmations, or if you've tried repeating affirmations in the past and they haven't worked, or you're thinking about repeating affirmations in the future, I want you to go down below in the comments, if you would, please. Yes, we're going to have a little therapy session here. Just type what or why you use affirmations or have tried affirmations or are going to use affirmations in the future. And while you're down there, I'm going to go back up to this previous sentence and talk a little bit about that and Napoleon Hill. So that at a conscious level, you may repeat affirmations, etc., etc. That's talking about frequencies. So if your subconscious is programmed with lack, defeat, insecurity, you've got to create a frequency to overcome that. Napoleon Hill, when he said, repeat affirmations and use enthusiasm and excitement and believe in what you're saying, that was to try to create the frequency that your subconscious needed to change that negative belief, that negative perception that you have in your mind. And so chances are very few individuals can do that successfully. Otherwise, the millions upon millions upon millions of people that have read and put to work Think and Grow Rich would be a lot more successful than they are right now. So thanks for writing your thoughts down there and sharing with us why you repeat affirmations. And it doesn't matter what you wrote because you're right. And I appreciate you sharing yourself because it's not easy to share things like that with a stranger. However, regardless of what you wrote down there, I believe that it all boils down to one thing, and that is you want to change a negative belief, negative perception that is holding you back from achieving the success that you desire. So what exactly is a perception, or how is a perception formed, may be a better question. And perceptions in your mind are formed when your experiences combine with your thoughts and senses or emotions and are collected repeatedly in your subconscious brain. These experiences, thoughts, senses, they then form how you feel in the brain and thus form how you feel about yourself and about different situations. So if you really struggle with closing the sale, there is a negative perception in your mind that is stopping you. And you can go to all the sales training on closing, read all the books on closing, But until you deal with that negative perception and can change that perception, all that training in the world is not going to work. So let me share a story with you real quick on a client slash friend. He was the first person I used this method on that you'll learn about here in a minute. But he has a successful business, and he told me, he says, whenever I have to go and sell my services and promote myself, I honestly feel like a scumbag. I'm like, what? And now, normally I don't dig any deeper than that. Because I don't need to. We don't need to share. This is not talk therapy that we're going to do here. But with him, I felt comfortable. He felt comfortable. I said, why? What was the deal? And so he told me a story about when he was a young kid, his parents, every time they talked about salespeople, they said salespeople are scumbags. Get that? There's an experience he had. Salespeople were scumbags. So now his thoughts, salespeople are scumbags. And when he started meeting with salespeople, they were scumbags, and his senses, his emotions just would not let that go. And so that rolled over to him. And he told me, he says, I know for a fact that I've lost business because I have that feeling in me that I'm a scumbag. And we've all experienced. It's called sales breath. We want to buy what the salesperson is selling us. But for some reason, we just don't feel comfortable with it. For him, he was a scumbag. And so he was portraying the frequencies to his prospective clients when he sold that he was a scumbag. So what do you think those prospective clients felt? They felt he was a scumbag. They may not have known that that's what they were feeling, but they knew something wasn't right and they didn't buy. You've probably experienced it where you got to make the sale in order to go on family vacation or send your child to soccer camp or whatever. And you're giving this presentation and you're thinking, oh man, I hope these people buy. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to send my kids to soccer camp. Well, you're sending off that negative frequency. And again, that buyer is uncomfortable with what's going on. All of that can be changed through the process that we're going to talk about and mention right now. Because I'm sure right now you're asking, well, gee, if affirmations don't work, they're a waste of time, what's the alternative? How do I do this? How do I get rid of those negative perceptions that are holding me back? Well, I want to introduce to you right now a technology that has been around for over 20 years, being used in the clinical setting, psychiatrists, psychology, etc., to help individuals with anger, anxiety, relationships, abandonment issues, just to mention a few. Rather than going through talk therapy, they use this technology to help speed the process along. And that's the niche that this technology has been sold in for over 20 years. However, I was able to get a hold of it a year ago and do a beta test on salespeople. So I grabbed a couple of six-figure earners and had amazing results. And my next video is we're going to go deeper into this technology. For the point today was just to let you know that there was hope, something out there for you. And so I'll leave that link in the description below. Once I create that video and post it, I'll put that link below. So go ahead and look for that so you can find it. But today I want you to take some action. I want you to get pen and paper or pencil and paper. And if you've watched my videos on vision statements, you'll know why that's so important as opposed to your computer or iPad or whatever. And I want you to start writing or making a list of the areas that you are struggling with in your sales career. Is it closing the sale? Is it prospecting? Is it following up? Is it a relationship, your relationship with your spouse or your children? That stuff can impact your sales career and how you act. And so I want you to do that. And I want to also, now that you've got your homework assignment, I want to ask you a question. Are your perceptions holding you hostage from reaching out and achieving the success that you desire? First of all, I want you to know it is not your fault. And there's more good news. The good news is you can learn about this technology right now by going down in the description and requesting a free report, 42 days sales transformation. Yes, in 42 days, you will make more progress than you have with training, with coaches, with your sales manager, in therapy, whatever you've done. You will make more progress in 42 days than you will using anything else for a year or 2 years, because we advance that rapidly. And so all you have to do is text me your name and an email address to 801-210-0822 and put in your text, like I say, your name, your email address, and the words 42 days. And you'll have that report emailed to you. And until next time, where we dive really deep into this technology and how you can use it, have a great day.